Yasmine, why sometimes it's hard to trust ourselves?
I think that we have an inside self-doubt that is there, and we spoke about fear. It's there to protect us. But because of this fear, it prevents us from sometimes taking risks, decisions, and with time, we need to look inside and understand our gut feeling. What does it tell us? If you feel that something is meant to be your road or your path to take, trust it, because it can lead you to very good places or very interesting places. So that's something we need to learn, I would say.
Okay, how does it work? How can we look inside?
It is a painful journey, and that's interesting because it's something that I personally did for a past year, looking inside and understand, no matter what's the outside circumstances, who are you, right? Your identity, your core values, deeply understanding where you come from, where you're going, but most of all, where you are right now. And once you understand this, I think you get to know yourself, then you can trust yourself more.
So by knowing yourself, you can trust yourself more?
Yes.
So how can you know more about yourself?
Spending time yourself, writing down, as I said, your values, your beliefs, also deconstructing some of those, some things that you think are, pre-assumptions or prejudice that you have of the external world, but also of yourself. How can you actually reflect and self-reflect in order to find a balance in your life between what others think of you, because this is a big part of how we see ourselves, is often influenced by the external, how others see us. So an exercise that I was suggested to do is asking the closest people around me, what do you think about me? What is the thing you love most about me, the thing you don't like at all about me? And then comparing it to how I see myself. Sometimes there will be a huge gap because we tend to be very self-critical and focus on the negative towards ourselves. And this is also something that then prevents us from trusting ourselves.
So what is the thing that you love the most about yourself?
I think the determination sometimes to taking risk and crazy ideas, taking a flight and move abroad. I think that's something I love about myself, even though it scares me too, because of course it's out of your comfort zone. Yeah.
So that means that sometimes you surprise yourself?
Yes, all the time. All the time, because then it's a constant struggle between your fear and what am I doing, how it's going to be, as we spoke about, we don't know the outcome. The future is the unknown. The unknown is scary. But once you take that journey, and sometimes it can lead you, you can make mistakes, you can have regrets, but when it gives you an unexpected outcome and a positive one, of course you're surprised.
How should we deal with those mistakes?
I think we should be gentle with ourselves. And as a perfectionist, I know that sometimes I'm very hard on myself. So how can we forgive ourselves for our mistakes, and understanding that we're just learning. And by the way, through the mistakes, that's how you grow. So seeing, as everything in life, you can focus on the glass half empty or half full. So focus on the positive or the negative. If you focus on the negative, that's what you're gonna see. But if you see the negative and think, what can I learn from this as a positive side, then it can turn into something like a lesson for you.
So, are we the most afraid of making mistakes or growing?
I think that what we're most afraid of is how our mistake is gonna be perceived by others. And this is a very, for the French, Sartre philosophy, but it's, the perception of others really influence us. If I'm gonna fall and nobody saw me, okay, I'm gonna stand up, it's gonna hurt a little bit, but I'm gonna learn how to walk better. But if I fall and everybody sees me, I'm gonna be embarrassed. So sometimes it's also the perception of others. But then the growth, I think, comes with distanciating yourself from how others are gonna, criticize, judge you, or see you, and focus on what can you actually learn from your mistake to progress.
Okay, so as a baby, do we learn how to walk or how we fall?
We learn how to walk by falling. And to give a parallel with what I just explained, your parents seeing you falling, you want to make them proud. And they're the first people that you trust. So
maybe the reaction of our parents when we fall, is it the same one when we grew up and we fall again?
Well, when you're little compared to when you're older, if it's your parents, they've seen you for several years, they followed you, they know you very well. So disappointment can come, especially from the people who are closer to you. You're gonna care more about their reception of, or their perception of you. But I guess because they've been knowing you for more years, there can be also some understanding and mercy from them, or forgiveness, or...
Can we do things alone, just by ourselves, and by not caring about any other person?
I guess we can, and it's well, every person has a different journey. My journey has been influenced by hundreds of people criticizing me online and offline, and so I guess it's something to learn, work in progress, but ultimately people are going to judge us anyway. So how do we feel about ourselves? And it comes back with the trust, self-trust, no matter what the external is going to think. So I think we can live our journey without being influenced by others, but at the same time we're humans and we're surrounded by other people. So the social element is going to always be there. So it's, again, finding a balance between us and the rest.
What is the thing you love the most about your journey?
About my journey? The people that through the journey could be impacted by some of the actions that I would take or that inspire them. So I think, I always say Yasmine will not be anymore one day. We don't know when. But I just want to leave this world knowing that I tried to make it better for possibly myself and others. So I guess this is it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.